Hello guys, I just wrote an article about the COVID crisis and I wanted to share it by a video. So if you like my video, you can just subscribe to my channel or just leave a comment or a like if you want. So this crisis actually is a supply crisis. This COVID crisis is not due to the virus. The virus is here and will stay even after finding a vaccine or not. This COVID crisis is a crisis of unprepared countries and prepared economies. To get more in depth, this is a crisis of the supply chain, compared to an abrupt increase in demand for protective means, like masks. To note that in 2008, the crisis was a demand crisis. Suddenly no more demand and lack of trust in the economy, companies and countries. Since the beginning, China, South Korea, Taiwan have used these protective devices, the masks, allied with strong health measures, testing masses, for example, in order to isolate the infected. Actually, the test is just a tool that is used post-infection and made in a center. For example, you just go and just take a test. It's part of a triage of a curative process and not a preventive. So prevention starts with people's behavior and people using the correct device for protection. A test doesn't protect you. What are the protective measures? Washing your hands, food safety, wash your food, your fruit, your vegetables, hygiene and cleanness of your space, your phone, your computers, avoid close physical contact with others in distance and in length, for example in time and in space. You cannot stay more than maybe 20 minutes in the same space with an infected person. And the last is the use of filtered masks to protect yourself from the air you breathe and the undesired inhalation of liquid particles. And also, so is to protect yourself from what you can inhale and to protect others also from undesired projections when you cough and sneeze. Those are the measures that you don't need testing or vaccines and are very efficient if always practiced. Basically, by educating people through institutional publicity or information campaigns, we can almost live in this situation without a vaccination and just live like this. But the case is only that we can almost live. And the almost come because we need masks. And the supply chain of masks is broke due to high demand. This market failure of our product, relatively easy to make, shows that the bargaining power of suppliers and there is barriers to entry. Only a handful of companies make those masks, for example 3M, and suddenly they had a huge increase of demand and the production couldn't follow. Here arise many questions. Are there any patents on filtered masks? Is it difficult to enter the market? What are the barriers? Is there any monopoly? If there were more players, wouldn't be the mask supply and production faster? On the other side, this is on the companies. We really have an issue about companies producing these masks. On the other side, these masks are mainly produced in China, which has the risk of non-diversification. Do not diversify in different countries. So basically, we have a bargaining power, we have a supply power that is really an issue, and also a country power that is a big issue. So we have a private side and a public side. Isn't it responsible for countries to supply their stock only for one country? If two or more countries were huge players, for example, wouldn't it be easier to get that supply faster because of country competition? So basically we broke down the situation into main issues: the lack of competition on company levels and on country levels. Failures that could be easily taken care of by the OMC, the organization, how to say in English, because I lost my words in English. French is OMC, but basically is a supranational entity that regulates the commerce. So you know what I mean. But if we had this supranational institution, the OMC, and the treaties and supranational institution that take care of its failures, we would be really, really better off. For example, the European Union could have promoted this sector years ago, making companies more likely to have manufacturers of this product in Europe. It would be already here in France or in the UK or anything else, and we could be much faster production, and we could give all the production to the economy. We could make an analysis of the monopolies and boost competition by progressive economic policy, giving tax cuts, giving something that is more beneficial for them and maybe implement their companies in China, or just to have another companies producing in Europe because, I don't know, there is a better tax rule, and some companies they prefer to be in Europe, to be closer, and in China we could have also national production, and in Europe also we could have national production. You know what I mean? So this supranational institution, they have a role. They have a role to balance the economy's power, to balance the economies in the countries, the power of the countries. But in this case, they fail to promote diversification. So here we are talking about a niche, but this niche is essential because it's protecting people. Failure to have balance and strong policy is like having food shortages. Basically, we don't miss food in this situation. We don't have shortage of food, but we have missed health essential supplies. It's a basic task of government and supranational institution to ensure no shortage. Otherwise, we end up like we are. The good news is that it's a supply crisis, and it can hugely fund it and support it. The trust is there. Countries have to reactivate it by using the correct measures, by create the manufacturers in the countries to produce it. So this is not a behavioral crisis. A behavioral crisis is a crisis created by wrong attitudes or no transparency, for example, in 2008. This is a technical crisis, at least on the Western countries, because if you go to China, it's a crisis of behavior, the lack of transparency from the national authorities about the virus. We can see that the behavioral crisis of a country can create a technical crisis in another, and strangely, they didn't fail. I mean, China didn't fail on technical parts, but they didn't fail on the technical part because the supply chain is there. So you know what I mean? They failed on the behavioral side, no transparency. In Western Europe and Western countries, we have the behavioral crisis fixed, basically. We have transparency, basically. But they didn't fail on the technical part. They fell on the behavior. They didn't fail on the technical part because they have the supply. If we had the supply as well, we wouldn't be in this situation. So I would like to know what is your take on this topic, and if you want to put any comment, you are welcome. Okay, thank you so much and have a great day. Bye.